Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and today we're talking about simple living on a budget. How to stretch your cash to create a fulfilled life that won't break the bank. Living a simple life doesn't mean deprivation. It's about being intentional with your money and focusing on what truly matters. Let's have a look at some frugal tips that can make a big difference to your budget. I have been living a frugal, minimalist life for around 3 years now, and I have learnt some tricks on the way that have really helped me to live a simple life without having to break the bank. I think there's a misconception that living simple and intentional means that you need to have money to do that. To be a minimalist, you need to have money, and that really isn't the case. There is definitely ways to simplify your life and make it easier without stretching the bank. Let's talk some frugal tips. Tip number one, embrace the power of planning. I like planning, I like organising, it's like my favourite thing to do. And I do that in a lot of different aspects of my everyday life so that it makes my life easier to manage and easier to simplify my life. So within that, I plan my meals. I don't have it on a set day, but I know across the week I'm going to have this collection of meals, and it means that I can then budget accordingly. And then I know that I'm stocking the right things, and I already know the complicatedness of whether or not I've got the stuff that I need for the meal. And it also means that I don't have to be thinking on the spot as to what to make. And it helps avoid those impulse purchases at the store when I'm food shopping. I also make a budget. So I plan my budget. I know exactly what's going to be coming out. I know exactly how much money I need to pay off on different things or how much I need to save. I have everything mapped out with my money so that I know exactly where it's going. I then don't have any surprises that come up that I have to try and deal with because it's already organised. And one of the easiest ways to do that is on a spreadsheet. So I use a simple spreadsheet of income and the amount and what it is. And I also have my outgoings all itemised and labelled. I know exactly what date they're coming out because I try and get them to come out within the first week of the month. And then I know that I don't have to think about it. I know it's already paid for and it's done for the rest of the month. And within that, I also set financial goals. I plan my goals. I know exactly what I'm working towards. I know if I'm saving up for holiday or if I'm planning to buy tickets for events. I am goal setting to ensure that I am maximising my experiences within the year. And that also helps to keep me motivated so I don't spend in other areas and I keep the money that I am wanting for something, I keep it back so that I know that I've got it when it's time to purchase something. Tip number two is to rethink your groceries. Planning your grocery list is really important, and you can only do that if you have meal planned. You know exactly what meals are coming up, you know exactly what items you might not have in the cupboards to stock up on. You also might want to consider shopping in season to try and get things that are in their best at a certain time of the year. So, for example, now is a really great time to buy strawberries in the UK, particularly British ones. They're nice and big and juicy. But you don't get that all year round. Sometimes it's only worth buying them when they're at their best. There are other fruit or veg that you can have throughout the year. And so if you buy seasonally, often that's cheaper and they are on offer because they have more to get rid of in the stores. You also want to consider store brands rather than branded products when you're food shopping. I always buy own brand as much as possible, and I find that they have less additives, less preservatives in them, less sugar and less salt. Buying store branded items can reduce the cost as well as make them a little bit healthier as well. And you also might want to shop around at different stores. It's always worth checking which stores are offering the best value for money. So you could check this on a regular basis every couple of months. Just check your regular shop and see whether or not it's cheaper elsewhere because they do tend to fluctuate between the different stores. And another key thing that I'm doing a lot more of is eating less meat. So think of vegetarian meals that you can do or ways that you can swap out meat for more veg to make sure that you're getting enough veg in your diet. I know people say that veg is expensive, but meat is also quite expensive. And if you swap out, you're not really changing an awful lot, but you could reduce down the cost a little bit. Tip number three is to find some free entertainment that is fun. Search on your local marketplace, your events page on either Facebook or online on your community pages. See what free events there are. There are lots of things that will be happening that are free to go to. Yes, there might be some things that cost money when you get there, but if there's something that's free entry, then it's worth going along and getting out and getting the atmosphere, even if it is something where you take your own food and drink. You can also visit your local library and spend some time there and get some books out for free. Quite often they do events at the library as well, which are also free. So it's worth looking and seeing what is going on in your area. One of my favourite things to do that is completely free is to get outdoors. Probably only costs the travel journey, maybe petrol or bus fare, but getting out and walking is my favourite thing to do. I like to take my camera and take pictures when I go, but that is free to do. It doesn't really cost anything, and you can really get out into nature and enjoy the scenery. You could also do picnics in the park, take out a frisbee or some play equipment, take it to your local green space and spend some time outdoors, somewhere different, and get a different atmosphere. And another favourite activity of mine is games night. So me and my son do this on a regular basis. We like to have a night where we just play some games and we enjoy that time together. So games nights are a really cheap and easy way to use the items that you've already got and play some fun games. Tip number 4 is to DIY where possible. I also love DIY. Also a fun thing for me to do. I know it's not for everybody. If you can learn some little tips and tricks on how to renovate or how to maintain areas within your home, then it can save you a little bit of money. So learn how to do basic repairs. There's lots of really helpful pages on YouTube that show you how to fix things, like how to sort out pipework or a leaky tap. Have a go, see if you can find out what to do, because it might save you a little bit of money. And obviously, if it is a bigger job, then at least then you know that you've tried and you can call a professional in. You can also learn how to mend clothes or repair clothes that are damaged or change clothes into new items, because that's a really great way to reuse things and cut some of the wastage. You could also look at painting furniture as a way of upcycling something, either to keep or to sell on. You could absolutely upcycle items and renovate them, either for yourself or to sell on. You could also have a go at cooking new items at home. Try and have a go at some fine dining recipes, perhaps. This is still going to be cheaper to make at home than it is to eat out. It will save you some money with still having that and still allowing you to have that experience of those nice meals. Cooking at home also allows you to control portion sizes, which is a really good way of making sure that you're not overeating or over cooking, so that you're reducing any wastage or cost involved. And another tip, brew your own coffee. Try and ditch getting those coffees out and make your own and have it in a thermal mug. It is going to save you money in the long run. Tip number 5 is to challenge yourself with a no spend day or no spend weekend. And one easy way of doing that is to focus on free activities in your area and get yourself out and about without spending any money. It can be a really fun way of becoming more mindful about your spending habits. Remember, simple living is about finding the joy in every day. By following these tips, you can reduce your spending, you can get more active, more involved in your local area, and have a more fulfilling life. Let me leave a comment below with your best frugal tips for a simple life so that we can help each other out and live our best frugal life. I shall be back for more videos soon on decluttering, minimalism, and my no spend year. Take care. Bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos about budgeting, decluttering, and minimalism.